got on the roof and we stayed on the roof, and then we were waiting for our helicopters and nothing happened. We didn't have any guarantee that we were going to be rescued or the helicopters were going to come for us. We had plenty of ammunition. We had all of our rifles. If we had to do whatever we had to do, we had the equipment, we had the machine guns, we had the power to fight if we had to. But we were all just dead tired. We had been up all night evacuating people. We were just very physically exhausted at that time.
All they could do was watch the chaos below.
People were looting and carrying on, and it was just like the end of civilization. It was a free-for-all. To see people that had been in an organized society literally driving away American vehicles and looting American buildings and taking American furniture and running through the streets. I had never experienced that before.
At 7:46 a.m., the helicopters finally arrived to take Patras and his fellow Marines out of the embassy. They were the last Americans to leave Vietnam. Three hours later, the North Vietnamese troops rolled into the heart of the city. The most lurid rumors about these troops turned out to be false. They didn't pull women's fingernails out or bury people up to their necks. But they did send thousands of South Vietnamese who had worked with the Americans to re-education camps.
I remember being in 6th grade, 11 years old, and watching the war on television. And it just felt surreal that here I was 10 years later, witnessing the death of a nation.
My own feeling of that was a mix. It was a mix of sadness and a good deal of anger that we, the United States, had come this road and ended our Vietnam commitment and engagement in this way.
A 20-year attempt to build a nation in South Vietnam had ended in humiliation for the Americans and personal disaster for those they left behind. Some believe the lessons of that experiment have now been forgotten.
Trying to grow a democracy in the midst of chaos and in the context of an historical culture and society is as foolish now as it was then. So there's an American messianic quality at work again, as it was then. It leads us to believe that we can go around creating our own image, recreating our own image. I'm, as you can tell, highly cynical about that.
After 3 days at sea, Long and the others on his boat were picked up by a cargo ship. He eventually made it to the US. It was another 11 years before he was reunited with his family.
If someone give me a pill for me to forget all of this, I won't take it. Because I guess, you don't like the experience when you're in it, but after you survive it, after you experience the experience, it gives you so much.
Kim was arrested for collaborating with the Americans and spent 2 years in a re-education camp. On her release, she bought a small boat and escaped Vietnam on her own, also ending up in America. She was never to see her mother again.
I felt I was betrayed. I felt that they left me to die, as I left me in my country to die. That's how I felt it. It was not only betrayed. I felt betrayed, but I felt in anger. The anger that was so great that I still feel it today. I still feel it today.